Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elisa. So today we are going over words, phrases, idioms, phrasal verbs that are in Lock and Key episode 3. So season 1, episode 3. And okay, you guys, if you watch this episode, you have to tell me what you think about the key that Bodhi finds at the end of the episode. So go all the way to the end and then tell me, what do you think about that key? Is it cool? Is it creepy? Would you try it? Would you try that key? All right, let's get to our words. The first one is poking around.
Dad must have known about the keys. There was one in the bracelet he gave me.
Is there any more?
Okay, Tyler's turn.
No way. No one is poking around in my head.
Kenzie, come on.
Same.
This is just what I imagine. Poking around. So poking around usually means that you are searching for something. Anything. It could be something good. It could be something bad. You're just kind of like, you're rummaging through things. So like in my mind, in my world, this would be me like rummaging through my purse, poking around, looking for something in my purse, in a drawer, something like that. So you can poke around anywhere, the refrigerator, if you're looking for something specific, if you're looking for the leftovers and you're like poking around, you're searching, where is it? You're moving things. Who ate those leftovers? So you're just poking around, you're rummaging, you're looking for something. I'm not going to tell you how it's used in this episode because then it'll give away what this key does, and just in case you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you. I mean, it's not like too big of a spoiler, but still. Anyway, so poking around in a sentence, you might say something like, I keep thinking about how it's used in the episode. Focus. Ooh, that was a hint. So you might say something like, stop poking around in the refrigerator, just pick something and eat it. You could say something like, I was poking around in my mom's closet looking for those shoes she wore the other night. I'm sure there are many girls who have done that, perhaps gotten in trouble for doing it. But yeah, anywhere that you can search for something, you can kind of poke around. Our next phrase is cover band.
Oh my god, band of horses tickets?
Yeah, well, no, not exactly. It's a local band of horses cover band.
Cover band of horses.
Yeah, Madison isn't exactly a hotbed of culture. But we do actually get some pretty good cover bands. You know, we've got Novemberists, Deadlift for Cutie, Nirvana. You know, it's a near-ish approximation of having a formative concert-going experience.
So, if you've ever seen a cover band, let me know. If you like cover bands, tell me. I guess I'll tell you what it is first. So a cover band is a band that plays other people's songs. So instead of writing their own songs and singing and playing those, they take other people's songs and they do their version of that. So there are some bands where that's all they do. And a lot of times a cover band will kind of cover either one artist or one or two or a certain like genre of music. And some of them are really popular. I don't watch cover or listen to cover bands, so I can't name any, but some of them are really popular. And a lot of them tour. They'll tour across the country, they'll tour across the world, just like any other band would. The difference being they do not sing or write their own music. They sing other people's music by other artists with permission, I'm assuming. I don't know, actually. I don't know how that works. Scratch that. I have no idea how that works. But it's on the up and up. Everything's good. It's all okay. But yeah, so a cover band is just a band that plays other people's music. And so in a sentence, you might say something like, hey, do you want to see that cover band Saturday night? And you'd really just use it in the same way that you'd use the word band, just anything with music. So you might say, let's form a cover band, or maybe something like, oh yeah, he's part of that cover band that we like to watch. So yeah, that's it. That's how you'd use it. Our next word is flee.
Relax. I mean, we're just having a conversation. Is that how all your conversations go? You talk and she tries to flee?
Flee means to run. You are booking it. You're running super fast. When you are fleeing from something, you are running from danger. And you're running as fast as you can, and you're probably really scared because, again, you are running from danger. If you think about animals, like in my head, I'm imagining Tom and Jerry. So I don't remember, who's the cat? Is Tom the cat? I think Tom's the cat. And so Jerry the mouse, or whoever the mouse is just running from Tom all the time until he plays tricks on him. But yeah, so in my mind, I'm just imagining an animal just running from a predator as fast as they can. Obviously, a predator is dangerous. People can absolutely flee. If you're in a dangerous situation and you choose to run away from that situation, you would be fleeing. Criminals flee. They flee the scene. So when they flee, they run because, I don't know, maybe the police are coming. And they've got to run because now the police are dangerous to them. So fleeing just means that you're running from something that is dangerous, and you're running fast. You are running fast. So flee in a sentence, you might say something like, the robber fled from the police, or the robber is fleeing from the police. Or you might say, my parents almost caught me last night. I had to flee. I heard on the news that guy committed some financial crimes and he fled the country. If things get really bad, will we have to flee? So those are all just ways that you can use that word. So the next one is a phrase, and it is broke my curfew. Of course, you can say break my curfew. Anytime you have a verb, you're going to change the tense.
Hey, you waiting on your dad? Mm-hmm. What'd you do? I got home late from a hockey party last night. I broke my curfew by 15 whole minutes. Bummer. Yeah, Dad's gonna give me a whole lecture about it.
So a curfew is just a time that you are supposed to be home, or a time that you're supposed to be indoors. Oftentimes these are set by parents with their teenagers, so your curfew might be midnight. So at midnight, you better be home. And if you're not home by midnight, you're going to be in trouble with mom and dad, and you'll have to just deal with that. Cities can also set curfews. This is usually something that is temporary. It is usually because there's some sort of situation, like a riot or something is happening, and the police and the city is just like, all right, we're going to calm things down, and one of the ways we're going to do this is we're going to say everyone has to be home or indoors. You don't have to be home, but you have to be indoors by a certain time. Indoors by 10 o'clock at night. Indoors by midnight. Usually it's not midnight, usually it's earlier, and it's usually like a day-by-day thing, or it's like a couple of days. More than a week would be unusual as far as I know. It's usually like 1 to 3 days there will be a curfew. Again, more than a week would be kind of strange. It is a temporary thing, and it is only happening because there's some sort of disturbance and they're trying to keep people safe and calm a situation down. That's usually how it is used if it's done by like a county or a city. But most often it's used by parents making sure that their children come home at a certain time. So in a sentence, someone might say, "What is your curfew?" Or a child might ask their parents, "Hey, can I have my curfew a little bit later tonight?" Or a parent might say, "You broke your curfew, you're grounded for a month." That's a long time. But yeah, so there you go. Broke my curfew just means you didn't follow your curfew. Your curfew was midnight, you came home at 12:30. Your curfew was midnight, you came home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Your curfew was midnight, and maybe your parents are real strict, and you came home at 12:05, and it was like, that's it, grounded in trouble. You broke your curfew. So breaking your curfew just means you do not come home or go home when you are supposed to. And if you were to use break or broke my curfew in a sentence, it would literally just be saying, I gotta go home. I don't want to break my curfew. Or a parent saying, you broke your curfew and now you're in trouble. Or in the situation where a city is setting a curfew, they might say something like, breaking the curfew is punishable by 2 nights in jail. Hopefully they wouldn't do that, but they could. So that's how you use break my curfew. All right, so that is it for episode 3. Do not forget to tell me what you think about the key that Bodhi finds. Tell me if you would use it. Definitely use these words and phrases in a sentence in the comments below. I'd love to see what kind of sentences you guys come up with, and if there are any other words in the episode that you are curious about, you can go ahead and ask that question and I'll do my best to answer that for you. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when I start talking about the next episode. All right. Bye, guys.